Recording.
Hello
Hi, I'm
there.
Dr. Patrick Mahaney. I'm the Chief Veterinary Advisor for the ElleVet Sciences Pets in Need Project. And I have some really special guests and friends here to visit today. Can you guys introduce yourself, please?
Sure. I am Anita Mothersbaugh.
I'm Mark.
Mothersbaugh.
Last name, yeah.
And we are great friends of Patrick's, who is also our devoted and attentive veterinarian for how many years now?
Probably like 7, I think. I'll have to look back to see when I first.
Time flies when you have 5 dogs.
Yes.
So we live in LA. We also have a residence in Palm Springs where we're spending the sort of remainder of our COVID experience. And we live, as I said, we live in LA and we work in the film music business. My husband is a film composer, and you might know him from Diva. He doesn't want to wear the hat, but he's wonderful. And that's what we do. We have 2 daughters, and we are huge animal lovers. I cannot remember. I don't think I've ever been without a dog in my conscious life. As far as I can remember back, I've had pets, and dogs are my jam. So we have 5.
And when I first got to know you guys as clients as well, you had more than what you currently have, and you only had pugs. So it's been interesting to see you add other family members, and to have some of those other family members have different shapes and looks than a pug.
Well, this is Fiona, and she was the last on board, and she's a Chihuahua, but we call her a Chiweenie. And she and her sister Frida, who will not come over here right now, came from the Dogs Without Borders Rescue, which is a great organization. And we weren't searching for any dog in particular, just these 2 dogs needed homes, and they needed them quickly. And I thought, well, they fit in, and they have. They fit in just perfect to our family.
And she looks like
Putin. And
we put her up.
and they're loving, wonderful little pets. And Frida, who I'm trying to coax over here, is loves Patrick. That's if she could see what she's missing, I know she'd get on camera right now.
I love seeing Frida. I call Frida my girlfriend, so it's always a special treat to see her. And you know, Frida has had some health challenges in the past couple of years. She had a disc rupture and needed surgery, and she's recovered. I mean, Mark, I remember you bringing her to the hospital to have her neurology consult, MRI, and surgery. Maybe tell us a little bit about that.
It was disturbing, because it's like it's one of those things that you got to act on fast, and you just got to hope you do the right thing. Sure. So luckily for us, she came back with a nice shave down her back,
but Patrick really sped up her recovery. I think well, we were very careful with her, but Patrick treated her with a laser instrument, which I believe helped the scar tissue and gave her more mobility and sped up the healing in her tissues.
I would recommend that for anybody that has a similar problem with their dog, because I don't know, we were so lucky compared to what could have happened with her.
So under the guidance and care of Patrick and the people at Access, which is in Culver City, California, she made I think, I don't know, Patrick, wouldn't you say like a complete recovery?
Absolutely. She has 0 mobility problems, and we are really lucky because a lot of these dogs that have disc injuries, especially where hers was, which was kind of right in this area, can have incontinence. They might not be able to hold their urine or their feces. They may not even be able to use their hind legs. They could end up in a cart. And for some people, that's too much of a quality of life issue, and it ends their life. Dogs do great in carts, though. It depends on how well we can just kind of maintain them with their front legs. So I think Frida made a great recovery. And you guys have done so much for your pets. Tell us about the role that pets play in your lives.
Well, they're kind of front and center in our lives. We treat them like children. I think my human children would attest and agree with that statement.
But we also have to tell you this. Although Anita picked the dogs, she picked each one of them because I think each one of these dogs are psychics. They pretty much rule the house and tell us what to do, both in our business and in our family life events.
Well, they I don't know. I think we get as much from them as they do from us, and we've been successful in integrating them all with each other. Although they're clearly they're not the same breeds, they're not the same ages, and it just takes love and patience, and it's very rewarding. And like I said, I can't imagine not having dogs around. They're a calming influence. I think that you can learn from them by watching how they approach people, how they interact. They're very good judges of character. I mean, frequently they've called it on someone that had me completely fooled, and they just weren't buying it at all, and then they were right.
We ended up having to do a citizen's arrest because of that.
That's right. But everybody,
half a dozen times now in the last.
But everybody that is close to us and near and dear to our hearts, the dogs also know that too, and they get very excited when friends and people come over. They just fall all over themselves when Patrick's in the house. I don't know. They're definitely. They're not an accessory. They're not a novelty. They're family members to us. And I have never, ever surrendered an animal. And there wouldn't be any situation in which I would. And I don't know. I don't believe in that. I think they come into your family, and for better or worse, they're part of your family. So. Yeah.
It may be hard to tell, like, what do you love most about your dogs, because there's so much to love, but what do you love most about them?
I don't know. I love their individual personalities. They're funny, and they're smart. Mm-hmm. I love the way they interact with one another and really come to rely on each other. They definitely have sort of different roles in the pack that they formed. We have this one who's sitting between us and now sleeping. She is so vocal, and her vocalizations have become,
it's verging on
over the years. Yeah.
Like we're hearing her form words.
If we hear a sentence come out of her mouth one day soon, I wouldn't be surprised at all. She's extremely communicative. I also they tend to sense when you need to calm down. They tend to sense when you need a laugh, or you just need to be quiet and still and snuggle.
I recall some of Francesca's vocalizations, mostly pertaining to food when it's time for her meal, or maybe even it's not time for her meal and she thinks it is, and she likes to vocalize and move her bowl around and like scream as though she's never been fed before.
Yes, she's an actress, Fran.
Yes.
But it works.
Yes.
She gets us to do whatever she wants.
The dogs are certainly running the show.
And then there's Phil.
Give me a piece of that burger, you idiot.
Phil's a good guy. Phil just celebrated his 12th birthday.
Amazing.
And he's doing great.